GECPS will be upgraded to version 12.3 on November 9th. This video will cover the workflow changes to the electronic refill process. Currently, there are proxy desktops for providers who accept electronic refills. The proxy desktops are located under Documents, and then you search for the provider's refill desktop to see the refills. Once the upgrade takes place, the proxy desktops will no longer exist. Refill requests will now be referred to as RX renewals. They'll be visible under the Chart Desktop RX Renewals section. Once you select RX Renewals, you use the magnifying glass to search for the provider. Once you've selected the provider, the renewal request will be visible under this section. It's important to note that there are still no notifications or alerts when you receive an RX renewal. The delegate will still have to come to the RX renewal section and check. A good rule of thumb is to check the renewals every time you check your voicemail. Renewal requests can contain multiple prescriptions. The number of medication is reflected under the New column. In the past, each refill request was sent individually. Now the renewal request can contain multiple medication requests. The Change column indicates the need for pre-authorization, or maybe the pharmacy is recommending a change to the medication. Pending would indicate that the renewal request had been started but has been placed on hold. The action icons will allow you to open the patient's chart and to start the renewal document. Notice that when you go to the patient's chart, there's no document started. When you click the Start Renewal Document, this is when the document is created for the RX renewal. The RX renewal document contains the new prescription form. The patient's pharmacies are listed on the top left. If there are more than one pharmacies, you will have to pick the pharmacy each time. The active medications are listed below. And on this side, there are some quick link buttons that provide some familiar windows, such as the Update Medications window or the Allergies window. It also provides a window to view appointments. While the appointment feature may be helpful, it's not provider specific, so you may see appointment information for other providers, including therapists. Here is the renewal request. Depending on your clinic's workflow, the delegates may be responsible for completing and signing the request. Select the appropriate action, approve, edit the prescription, or deny, end and sign the document to send the prescription. Or your provider may want you to route the document for him or her to complete and sign. If you are the delegate and you're going to complete and sign this document, we've clicked Approve. I'm going to end, remove the provider, sign the document. Of course, each time you send an electronic prescription, you will have to complete the RX review. The prescription form that we use for the RX renewal will replace the old prescription form in the office visit, phone note, and refill prescription. Please note that the refill prescription document, while it does include the prescription form, does not include any of the other forms that the phone note does, such as the lab order form or the eForce form. I would just make it a habit to use the phone note rather than the refill prescription. Let's review what we've covered so far. Refill requests are now referred to as RX renewals. You can locate the RX renewals from the chart desktop view in GE. The actual document for the RX renewal is not generated until the Start Renewal document is clicked. Depending on the workflow for your clinic, you'll start the renewal document and route it to your provider for response and signature. Or, if the delegate is responsible for completing the document, you'll start the document, select the appropriate response, sign the document, and then complete the RX review. The new prescription form will replace this old version in the office visit and phone note document types. When you're addressing a refill request that came over the phone, fax, or otherwise, be sure to use the phone note document type rather than the refill. The refill document type does not contain the necessary forms for eForce documentation. Be sure to view Part 2 of the GE Upgrade video series.